I mean, I've been playing basketball for a very long time. I've been playing since I was 2 years old. My dad introduced me to the game, and it's been basketball ever since. I've always wanted to strive and thrive to be in the NBA, but, at the end of the day, dreams, they don't always come into reality, so I took my opportunity to come to Italy to play professionally after my senior year at Penn State. I hurt my shoulder, and I didn't have any options really, and the team in Yazi, gave me an opportunity, and that's where my professional career has started. And I'm very grateful to them, because without them, I wouldn't be here today, having that fresh start in Italy. And 8 years, and here I am now, here at Olimpia Milano. It's been a long road, and I've enjoyed every second of it, and I hope to continue to enjoy every second of my career for however long it's going to be. Actually, I wasn't. I needed to get away from home. One reason why I say that is because being alone makes you strong. That's what my dad told me since I was about 14, 15 years old, and going away 9 hours, it really helped me mature quickly, knowing that I was on my own, no parents there to wake me up in the morning for workouts, no mom there to make you breakfast in the morning, no grandma and all that stuff, it really made me bring not just, my basketball level and things like that, my talent. It really made me bring my mentality, my mental side up a level, because many things I had to do, by myself. I had to make sure I was going to class on time. I had to make sure I was up and ready to work out. I had to make sure I was at the meetings I had to be with academic tutors or mentors and things like that. So it was a very challenging experience of my first year as a freshman. Then, as you get into a routine, everything becomes like clockwork, but I thought it was needed. If it wasn't Penn State, it was going to be somewhere else, but I didn't think to stay at home. I really needed to get away to become a man, instead of thinking that my parents are going to take care of this or so-and-so will do this. I had to become a man early, and that's the reason why I was happy to get away from home. One thing I will say about going away to school, it was mind-opening. I come from, not a small city. I come from a pretty big city, and I come from, an area that's not so good, So going away to school and then having such success as, just getting a free education and then playing basketball while doing it, and then now you with a really good team as far as like people, we're not here as far as prestige goes, but we had so much fun just getting to know each other, being a group, being a family. And then, like you said, winning the NIT was huge. I never really won a championship as far as being a team, as far as being like a high school, college, things like that. And that was my first championship, and I was so ecstatic. I didn't know what to do, and as my career continued to go, and then we ended up going to the national tournament my senior year, which is always a goal. If you ask anybody that plays Division I sports, especially basketball, making the national tournament is definitely the goal every year. Get there, and then we'll see what happens. And making that was big for us. We hadn't been in almost 2 decades there at Penn State, and when we made it that year, man, it was like fireworks were going off, in that room. There's a video of us celebrating on YouTube and everything. But long story short, it was an amazing experience for me. Just to be around such good people. I experienced many things. I learned many things about, not only basketball, about myself, and I'm grateful for having that experience. It's funny you ask me that because honestly, I never really knew what the Euroleague was. When I played in Yazi, only thing I knew was A2, and I knew that like what my goals was to be, on a good team, and be one of the best players in the league. I wasn't thinking about the A1. I wasn't thinking about, Euro Cup, Euroleague. I didn't know about any of that stuff. I just thought only about the A2 and what my job was there. And then jumping to Can2 and hearing about Euroleague, I was even asking guys questions like, what's the Euroleague? I don't even know what that is. Like, don't worry about it, man. Just wait till we play it, and you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna love it. And we had our preseason tournament to qualify. We had it actually in Can2. We played in Dazio. And the first game, I felt the complete difference between, the A2, and then I played a few scrimmages with the A1, but then we did the EuroLeague qualifiers, and I was like, yeah, this is something different. This is something I didn't know about, and let me really try to understand what this is. And man, after playing in that for a year, I knew that's all I wanted to do. Was every year I wanted to play in the EuroLeague if I had the opportunity. And it was an amazing experience, going to different countries, seeing different fans, seeing different types of basketball, different coaches, their philosophies. Once again, I just like using the word mind-opening. It just opens you up so much more to the world and to the world of sports. It was an amazing experience, and I'm happy to be back in it again. This would be my I think actually be my 5th experience now. So I'm very excited to be back in it. I come from, kind of humble beginnings is the phrase you use. So when I first played in Can2, like you said, like going to a EuroLeague team, there's different things that happen. It's an increase in money and, the difference in the lifestyle, So like being young, I felt like I kind of lost focus when I was with Can2 because I feel like I was having more fun, buying clothes or wanting to go out and eat late at night, just stuff like that, like young players do. And I felt like when I went to Caserta, I had to, change my mindset, change my lifestyle, understand why I'm here, why God put me over here is to play basketball, but to enjoy, not just the amenities, which is the money and being able to send money home to my parents and blah, 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 things like that. It's also to enjoy what I'm doing on the floor, every day of practice and things like that. So playing with Caserta, it really was a 180 as far as my approach to the game, and playing for Lele Malin, really helped because I was with him the year before and he saw a completely different player. So, and also the league did, I was an all-star in the league that year. And, I just felt like that year I put everything I had into being one of the best players I could be. And I felt the year before I was just so overwhelmed with the difference in playing the A2 and then becoming to a EuroLeague team. It was just a complete different mindset I went into Caserta. I just felt I was much more focused about what I wanted to be as a basketball player and as a person. And everything changed that year. Me and who is my wife now, we were living together and everything just changed when I got to Caserta, just who I was as a person and as a player. And I felt like it is a very important year to who I am standing here today. No, it's not weird, because at the end of the day, it's life. It's all about transitions, it's all about changes. And, I'm happy to be here, and don't get me wrong, I remember every second of that year, because everybody was always talking about Sasser and Milan. It was like the battle of giants that year. And, once again, it's a credit to where I've been, the experiences I've had playing in Italy. But here I am now today, 3 years later playing with Milan. And now all my, effort, all my sweat, blood, pain, tears will go into Milan, and it's just how it is, you're kind of a mercenary. You go where you go where people want you to be, and you go there and you play and you give 100%, and you just do what you got to do. And I'm incredibly happy for what happened there, but here I am now, and I want to win trophies here. Well, I like to call Nedovic he's a microwave. He's a guy that if he gets hot, he's damn near impossible to stop. Like I've seen practices, I've seen games where he makes 1 or 2 shots and he's your worst nightmare. He's ultra aggressive, you know, and that's one thing I like about him is that he's aggressive with confidence. He wants to help his team win. He wants to make plays, you know, and that's one thing I've always been attracted to him as a teammate. It's like, you know, with this guy on my team, I know that this guy's ready to battle, you know, and that's something that I think we both have as far as coming into this experience here in Milan, is that we know each other as far as not just what we can do as players, but we know our mentalities. So that's really good to have, you know, having 2 years experience with him, you know, to come in here now, and now with such a team of size, athleticism, defensive capabilities that we have here in Milan, is going to be just adding 2 more slices to a huge pie. I just, you know, the word I just like to use about myself is versatility. You know, I can do many things. I'm not going to say I'm extremely great at just one thing. I like to be able to do many things. I like to be able to handle the ball, pass, shoot, defend, rebound, block shots, get in the passing lane, things like that. You know, it's just kind of like a jack of all trades. You know, you can throw me anywhere and I'm going to try to affect the game somehow, some way. And that's, I think, has been a testament to what I've been since I've been playing pro. You know, many coaches, many players have seen me play and know that, like, he's not just one-dimensional in the way that he plays the game. He can get an offensive rebound or get out in the passing lane, get a steal and make an assist on the other end, or get a big rebound in the last minute of the game that seals the win for his team. The word versatility, but also just competitor. I just want to win. Every time I'm on the floor, I want to win, you know, and I don't care how I go about it, what happens in the game, the stats, none of it matters. The only thing that matters is the win. And that's always been the player that I've been. That's how I was raised. You know, everybody loves a winner, but I just love to win. I don't care who loves me for it. I just want to win whenever I step on the floor. And that's what I like to bring to the table. And that's what I think I can bring to the table here in Milan. For me personally, the only thing I ask for myself is that every day I step on the floor, you know, I feel like I got better and I feel like I gave everything that I had. You know, the stats, all that stuff, that's beyond me. I don't really feed into it, because that's when you get to the wrong thinking, you know, and this is a team. This is not tennis where you're playing singles, or swimming where you're swimming in your own lane. You know, you're bringing something to a team to reach a goal. And for the team, I just really hope that every game that we go out, we feel like we can win, you know, that we can compete to win. And it doesn't matter who is the competition. If it's one of the worst teams in the league or in Euroleague, or if it's one of the best teams in the league or Euroleague. When I say the league, I mean in Italy. I just hope that every time we step on the floor, we know that we have a chance to win the game, and we go out there to win, not think, oh, we'll see. Every time we step on the floor, we go out to win. And we do that. That's all I can ask for, and that's all I want.